Hey guys, it's me Zalan, and I'm a gym rat that moved to Japan about 3 years ago. Yeah, I'm 20 by the way. I'm here to share with you about my life in Japan. When I was 17 years old, I came to Japan. I was studying at the high school here. I had zero language skills, so I had to learn Japanese from zero. And I was really bad at learning Japanese, so I had to spend a lot of time every day. But eventually, after 1 year of struggle, I managed to pass JLPTN 2. So I get my certificate, and that was my kind of a green ticket to greatness in Japan. Because as you may know, if you don't know Japanese or can't speak any Japanese at all in Japan, you are gonna be doomed, because Japanese people do not speak English, and without English and without Japanese, guess what is gonna happen? You're gonna struggle, as I struggled. I struggled every single day because I was a kid, no Japanese knowledge, and I had to do something. I was spending like 8 to 10 hours a day learning Japanese on my own while I was still a high school student here. That was horrible. That was really bad experience, but yeah, as I said, I passed the test, and eventually I was kind of blessed and relieved from studying this horrible, difficult, painful language. That's not true, by the way. So after I managed to learn my Japanese and being so sufficient in this language, I managed to enroll to the university on full scholarship. So I paid nothing, got everything, even my gas, electricity and water is paid for. And I was like, alright, it looks like I'm quite in a great spot right now. I'm 19 years old, I know Japanese, I'm going to the university, I pay nothing, I have a lot of money on my bank account. It looks like I'm good. But then I'm like, alright, I actually don't like the place I'm visiting. It's kind of countryside and it's kind of sucked. So I am like thinking, alright, we have to change something. So I decide to go to the college, and I pay with my money for everything. And then I realize that was a fucking mistake. I want to go back to my scholarship and all of those free things. So I'm like, alright, I'm dropping from the university, going to the college, pay like 15k, spend almost all of my money. And then I'm like, alright, I kinda don't think that it's a great idea, let's drop from the college too. So I'm dropping from the college, and I'm like, alright, what I'm gonna do in my life? It looks like I fucked up everything I had. It happens that I go back to my parents, and then I'm like, alright, but I wanna go back to Japan, because Cyprus, where my parents live, is not a great place. I wanna go back to my Disneyland in Asia. So yeah, I decided to go back to Japan, and guess what? My previous university, that was my first university I dropped from, said like, alright, if you're gonna come back, we're not kinda against this, come back. So I applied again to them, and they accepted me, and again, I got everything for free. So yeah, I'm kinda lucky to some extent. Well, probably I'm just a piece of shit. So yeah, that's my story with the university, and after all of that happened with me, I happened to start working out at Cyprus. So I came to my parents, I met with my twin brother, he is a fucking big shit. So I decided to exercise too. And I was 60 kilograms when I came to the Cyprus at first, and it kind of made me work out a lot at the gym, and I managed to gain about 20 kilograms in a span of 5 months. Now I'm about 80 kilograms. So yeah, I'm quite fat. Anyway, I got buffed. My bench press PR is 120 kilograms right now. I think that I'm strong for 5 months. I'm doing 100 kilograms for reps already. So in some extent, I'm successful at the gym. So yeah, I can call myself a gym rat right now. And right now I'm on the bulk, of course. I'm keep bulking. Bulking means bulking. I mean, I'm not like bulking as a human, I'm bulking as an animal. Yeah, I can say that I'm bulking when I'm eating shit, when I'm eating all of that not necessary things, but I'm just justifying all of those actions by bulk. You know, you say that you're bulking, that you are bulking, you're going to the gym, and nobody is gonna believe you that you're not bulking if you're bulking, right? I don't know what I'm saying right now. So anyways, I'm bulking, so bulk is going good. I'm like gaining a lot of fat. I'm kicking like shit, but it doesn't matter. I love bulking. Actually, I hate it. I'm close to obesity right now. Like for my height, I am 5'7". I'm not supposed to be about 80 kilograms. Sometimes when I'm sleeping, I feel like I'm gonna die because I cannot breathe. It's so difficult sometimes. But yeah, I kinda love it because, you know, I feel like I'm getting bigger, my muscles are beautiful, and yeah, my belly is so fat that I'm ashamed of showing it. But yeah, what I want to say about the gyms in Japan, you must be careful. Japan doesn't have any gym culture like in the United States, so when you go to the gym, you're not experiencing all of that energy, those guys that are trying to lift, nothing like that. You're just coming there and people like taking light weights and like, light weight baby, light weight. Well, sometimes not everything is supposed to be perfect. I love to hit the gym in Japan because at least I can do all that shit, all that aggressive drop sets and everything by myself, and nobody's gonna kind of come to me and say that you're so loud. Nobody's doing that, despite I'm such a piece of shit. Sometimes I'm just dropping the weights on the floor with such a boom sound. You know, I'm not doing this on purpose. The weights are really heavy, so I have to get rid of that shit, otherwise I get injury. So yeah, sometimes I'm just like poof, and it's like explosion poof, on the whole gym, and people are looking at me like I'm a crazy dude, but I make a view like I'm a superstar, you know, I'm doing my shit here, so I'm not supposed to pay attention on you people. Alright, about the university. Well, the life at the university is kind of fun, you know, I'm quite big right now. People are constantly looking at me like, he's so big. You know, in Japan people tend to be skinny and slim, so it's really rare that somebody is kind of buffed, huge, especially for a foreigner when you're standing out so much. But yeah, in Japanese university you probably will be really noticed if you are doing some gyms and you are huge, because people like huge in Japan. Probably everywhere in the world people like huge and jacket guys. I'm not sure so. But yeah, lessons at the university are quite boring. I'm just doing my stuff, sitting on the last desk, reading a book like a clown, thinking that I'm a main character of some anime. But at the same time I'm realizing that I'm just wasting my time. So yeah, university is fun. Most of the time I of course spend at the gym doing some rounds, and I started to practice Judo recently. I have like 7 years of experience at Judo. I have black belt, so practicing Judo at Japanese dojo, those kind of Japanese traditional places to do Judo. So that's kind of fun, you know, a lot of dark belts, a lot of strong guys. I had like 5 years of a break from Judo, so it's kind of great to start again. And yeah, I'm actually happy to live in Japan at 20 years old, despite I have lived here already for 3.5 years. It's quite a journey already. And to be honest, I had many bad days in Japan. I hated Japan, I didn't want to live here. But this time I started to realize that actually I already call this place my home. Yeah, I came here when I was a child, and actually being here all alone for so many years kind of grew me up, and right now I'm here to conquer my new endeavors. I know, that sounded poetic. At least I'm not lying in the trenches and dying at the war like some guys from Ukraine, so I have nothing really to complain about. Yeah, I know. It's 5 AM, I'm supposed to go to the gym. Alright guys, see you later, bye.